Stories, Volume 15, starring Rattlesnake Dre, Kyle Crosby of Louisiana Dredged, and Blake Tauzin.
So, I did a live stream the other day. It was my first ever live stream.
Were you nervous?
No, I just didn't know what to do. The only thing I was like, okay, what if I do this? I want to do it to make sure it looks kind of fluid.
Right.
So
it looked good.
Thank you. I didn't know what I was doing. I just was pressing, and then every now and then my phone would kind of go dark, so I'd have to keep touching the phone, so it doesn't like lock or anything. So
thanks for that shout out, by the way.
Hey, dude, I got you.
I was fishing it out of him. I was like, "Who's your favorite treasure hunter?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Rattlesnake Dre." And I'm like, "Hey, leave me alone."
I
dude.
wanted to say dog, but he's not a treasure hunter. He's a fucking bounty hunter. Shout out to dog. But anyway, one of the questions was, what are the like creepiest things that you found like in the research and stuff? I didn't think about this right off the top of my head, but upon like looking through the files that I have and the stocks and research, I came across one the other day, and because I want to do a quick history about it, but this is like early 1900s, like 1910, or a little bit before World War I, so like 1910, 1911, 12, 13, and by that point, enough people in Louisiana had gone missing randomly, that nobody gave a fuck after a bit, because they're like, okay, somebody else went missing.
I would be upset.
The people that loved them, yeah, of course they were upset, but just your average, it's like, oh, somebody got in a car wreck today. Oh, that happens. I hope they're okay. That kind of thing. But this is around like the Atchafalaya Basin, so around like Lafayette, Iberia, Cheneyville, and all that kind of stuff. And pretty much several people started going missing in the swamps. So that's kind of common back then, because people would go do, and they was early, still exploring parts of the swamp at that point. So these people start going missing, but at the same time, they were more outdoorsy people.
So they were comfortable.
They've been in these areas, so that started to raise some flags, and they were obviously tragic, but it wasn't something that was out of the ordinary. It wasn't something that was sparked interest until they realized that, hey, these people, they started putting correlations together. Like, wait, all these people, they know the area.
Was it the same area or the same time? Like, were they all missing
the same
at night?
Times and in different little cities, but it was all along that little Atchafalaya Basin. So it wasn't that far out of the realm of possibility,
right. So 1 month, just a bunch, like 4 or 5 people just...
Not 1 month. It was over a course of several months, but it was all, in repetition and in a lot of odd similarities. But then the dead bodies started showing up at their homes.
Oh, shit.
And it was about 5 bodies, but their blood was completely drained.
How long were they going for?
So about a month or so.
Jesus.
And it spawned a bunch of people start talking.
Instantly, like...
It spawned a bunch of people.
Vampires or werewolves or...
And it was around the same time, I think it was like Bram Stoker's Dracula came out, too.
Shit, the black and white.
Yeah, the original one, Bela Lugosi.
Creepy.
Yeah, so...
That was the scariest vampire I've ever seen.
It's terrifying. Still today, you see that in the doorway with its little hands?
Oh.
Bruh, that's scary.
Long fingers.
Long fingers.
Like a math teacher. They're always pointing to shit.
It was long finger math teachers. So that's when you start really seeing a lot of vampire stories.
It's still so rich in our culture today.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to New Orleans, there's still...
Look this up, everyone. In the actual government records, there is a list of 50 people in the state of Louisiana, specifically New Orleans, more specifically the French Quarter, 50 people that identify and claim to be actual vampires.
Jesus.
There are accounts of these people. It's between 50, 54, 55. It's in the 50 range, the people that claim to be vampires. And that's great. I love that. Let's get more of them.
Not all of them are like blood drinkers. Some of them like, I just steal their aura or...
Yeah, some people feed off other people's energy. They take the energy from you,
right.
And they're able to.
But out of those
feed off
50, there's probably a couple that's like, no.
Some of them definitely drink blood.
Yeah,
Definitely
and I've seen a couple of them.
Definitely. I love the late night bars.
Go to Tobacco Plus in Galliano past 9 o'clock. You'll see 4 of them.
Yeah, so, they...
No, but there's specific bar rooms you've talked about that if you are looking to encounter someone of that specific personality.
Yeah.
Like the dungeon. If you ever go to
That's
the dungeon.
the dungeon. I was about to plug that. I love the dungeon.
That is a place.
Anybody that knows me knows that I will 100% always join you at the dungeon. It's a theme bar. I love theme bars like in New Orleans. It's all like it's a dungeon. And actually, that bar is modeled, it's a theme on the Sultan's Palace story.
The dude that got slaughtered and they found the blood leaking from the bottom of the door.
Yes.
That's where they modeled that bar.
That's what so that's is the dungeon you go into.
God.
And there's a rumor, take this for what it will. I will never sacrifice the truth for a good story.
Hey, I'm getting that tattooed on me.
Yeah. Did I say it right?
I don't even remember. I drank too many beer. I told him earlier, I was like, never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yes, I said it wrong. I said never
bullshit.
sacrifice the truth for a good story.
Yeah.
But the skulls that are in the bar, right behind the bar,
Oh, they're real.
the skulls of those people they found.
No. Oh my God.
It's a rumor.
How much trouble would you get in if you went touch one?
A lot. I've gotten kicked out of there 3 times.
You're a tour guide in New Orleans. You need to stop doing that.
It's just that bar, they're so strict.
About what? Like yelling or talking
No, because
across?
just the people I was with at the time started taking pictures, and you're not allowed to take pictures in there.
Really?
Yeah, so the people I didn't directly get kicked out. I was just with people.
Oh, they all got kicked out.
One of the dumbest fucking reason, and I hope somebody's listening to this. A friend of mine, his name's Max. He's from Jersey. Good dude. Comes here for fucking Mardi Gras. And, he's never been here, so we want to get him wasted, and we want to get him all having a good time. And he ain't even drunk at this point. Well, he's drunk, but he's not, like, fall down drunk.
Right.
You walk through this little narrow hallway and then over a little bridge, and Max ain't used to the cobblestones here, and he fucking falls. He busts his fucking ass.
And they threw him out because they thought he was drunk.
They thought he was drunk. Before, they didn't let him in.
No.
Because they thought he was too drunk. And he's like, I'm sober. I mean, he obviously wasn't sober, but he just, or he's like, no, I'm not that drunk. And we're like, no, he ain't that drunk. And they're like, I don't care. I saw him fall. He's out.
Jeez. That's all I went there years
Dudes with
ago.
a complex that walked the door.
It was over 10 years ago the last time I was in there. All I remember is walking in and walking through a little bridge, and then you could see like some red light, like ambiance red light, and that's all I remember. I don't remember what the inside looks like. You're
It's
gonna have to
awesome.
explain it to me.
It's so scary. Yeah, it's not scary, but it's like, I love it because it's themed. Like I said, they got
I don't remember
cages.
seeing skulls.
Yeah, in the back, right behind the bar, you see skulls. Just a few of them. That's not many. It's like 2 or 3. Small little skulls posted up against the wall. And the bar goes, and it's all like red. All the lights are red. And then they have a big cage that you can sit in and drink. And then they have a dance floor, small little dance floor with, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for describing what this looks like, by the way. But no, it's...
This is Blake Tauzin talking, by the way.
Yeah, this is Blake, bruh. So we you just walk in. I mean, they got all kind of cool shit in there. There's a coffin that you could take your photo in. And
Nope.
a little dance floor.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
I don't see too many girls like, you want to go pop it at the dungeon?
You don't know many girls.
Whoa. Kyle runs with the wild crowd.
No, it's a good little bar.
Oh my God, you got blood on your ass. Sorry.
No, I mean it's especially like for bachelorette parties and stuff. If they like more of the, rock,
Yeah.
goth, heavy metal, because that's all the music they played. It's all heavy metal, like Rob Zombie music too. They'll have heavy metal, just kind of hard rock, real good stuff, and it's danceable. Like you fucking dance in there. It's a little club. And upstairs, it's a whole nother little theme up there. It's awesome.
See, I didn't even know they had an upstairs.
Just do not take pictures while you're there. And I don't blame them for throwing us out because of the picture thing. I respect that because they want to keep it a secret. Even when you're walking in, it's like a narrow alleyway. It's very creepy.
Oh, yeah. That's the part that I remember. I'm like, if there's a fire, this is going to be dangerous.
Dangerous, yes. But it's awesome. There won't be a fire. It's great. They... I love the place. I go back all the time. I'm glad they accept me, even though I've been with parties that got me kicked out 3 different times. Like I said, I respect the whole no picture thing. I think that's really cool. They also have a bar on New Orleans called Fritzels, and I'll recommend this to everybody that comes on my tours or they ask me, online what to do. I'll say go to Fritzels on Bourbon Street. It's like right when you go in. It's like this little dive bar and stuff. On some nights they'll have like live brass bands or a live band. But always go and ask the bartender there, the vampire sent me. You don't ask her. You just say, hey, the vampire sent me. And he'll bring you to a doorway and you walk up some stairs up to the 2nd floor and it's a vampire-themed speakeasy.
Oh my God.
It's quiet. There's no music playing. You hear the music from downstairs or outside. It's all purple. Everything's purple and lavender themed.
You can't take a picture in there either, probably.
I think you can.
Really?
I didn't ask or try.
When you went in there the last time, did you see some people you're like, that looks like Devin Williams? Name drop. I love that kid. He's super talented. Go check out his work.
Yeah,
he just had
dude.
He had a baby. He's a beautiful human being, but he's also a vampire.
No, they have people there that's like they do tarot card readings in the bar. They specialize in absinthe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's all like absinthe drinks.
Do they light the sugar cube on fire? Is that how absinthe works?
No.
Okay. Well,
it's just you just definitely made it up because basically you put the absinthe in this little glass. No, you put some liquid in a glass.
So you can't tell me no. You don't
I
even
can't.
know.
I can't. I know it's not a fucking lighting on fire because it has to get wet.
I lit mine's on fire.
Did it wrong, but they put you light everything on fucking fire. So they put a sugar cube on a strainer, and they turn a little spigot, and it'll drop
over the sugar cube.
And when the sugar cube dissolves,
it puts out the
it's
fire.
Done.
All right, let's get back to some more Ghost before Kyle kills me over.
Just being you.
Yeah, sorry.
Naturally Andre. That's another show on Disney Channel, your Disney
Naturally
Plus
Andre.
account. Naturally Andre.
Banned. Speaking of banned, someone hacked my Facebook page, and I am no longer allowed to get on it.
Yo, do Andre a favor before he's on the list. Go and follow him again on Facebook. He's going to make a new account, I'm sure.
I'm going to make a new account. I'll let you guys know for sure. If you see a new account pop up, it's not fake. I'm going to have to go make a new account because I'm having some struggles, man. I know
Fuck the bots, yo. Fuck the bots.
So pissed. I know I sound like a 16-year-old princess. I'm upset because my Facebook was deleted, but seriously, 15 years of work and memories and...
Fuck the bots. Let's start. Wait, we know the guys at Dank Swamp Rebellion.
Get them to draw
This is
going to
be a rebellion against the fucking machines.
Draw a picture of them fucking the bots.
I was wondering where that was going. Just draw a picture of them? What the fuck is that going to do?
They draw awesome pictures.
Oh.
Go on the website.
I thought you were telling me to do it. I can't draw shit.
They're super creative.
Yeah, that's true. Go check them out. Also, I think that it's massively important to talk about ghosts.
Before we started the podcast today, Kyle's like, "So what are we gonna talk about this week?" I was like,
I sounded more deep voice. I was like, what are we going to talk about today, man?
And I'm like, Kyle, I've been thinking about this for a while. We're gonna talk about Ghost. And he said, his immediate words is, "I'm leaving."
I'm out.
We started off the podcast talking about how magical New Orleans is because of the place it is. And I don't understand. Like, if you had to give New Orleans a personality, they're definitely kind of gothic. They're a partier. What kind of person is New Orleans if you had to put it into one person?
I guess
Eyeshadow.
I was going to say more, this guy, Kyle Crosby.
Oh, here we go.
He is...
Talking about self-centered. Jesus.
No. That's the thing. New Orleans ain't just one person. You can't really put a personality on it.
And it's always changing.
It's always changing. It's always evolving.
At least it's acceptable. It's somebody that everybody likes.
Yeah. I think there's just a part of New Orleans for everybody. But, New Orleans is great, but they also have, ghosts outside of the city. And I think that's one of the things I want to do with Louisiana Dread is to highlight those other stories that get lost in the shuffle. Because people that come to the city, they just want to hear this building and, this person died here and now they're all dead and they're, staying here. But that happens everywhere else in the state. It's not just significant.
All those little small towns around us. I mean, down to, all the way down from Grand Isle, all the way up by Lafourche.
Yeah, they have ghost pirates and stuff. Stories about pirates that have died and they just stay.
That's my dream, is to be on Grand Isle Beach and see a ghost ship, a pirate ship. That would make it right there.
I went to St. Augustine in Florida, and they had like people in pirate ships that's their boats, as like a novelty. They have that. Why, if any place should have it?
Right.
Be Grand Isle here.
I bought a Powerball ticket. If I ever win that sucker, I'm going to pass just close enough at daybreak where people could see me, and I'm going straight back out just to cause a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have cannons on it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
3.
3 of them?
3 of them.
Damn, don't put too many.
I'm going to fire them all off to one side, too.
They still have a reports of a ghost on Grand Terre, on by the fort.
On that island?
On the island, yeah.
I spent the night on there.
You saw anything? You felt anything?
When you go into the fort, it is super creepy.
Yeah.
Extremely creepy. It's a really cool place. There's actually some spots that it's only like a 2-foot gap. You have to like crawl down, and then it opens up into this huge reservoir. And that's when I was just like, this feels a little creepy. There was never a battle there, but pirates lived there before they built the fort. Andrew Jackson, remember the asshole we talked about earlier?
Yeah,
he ran him off. He ran him off the island, and then they built the fort there.
Name sounds familiar. Yeah. They still have ghosts, that go down there. And there's a street in New Orleans called Pirates Alley, and they have a street in the back of Grand Isle that some say that, like, whenever they have storms coming, that right before it's gonna hit, maybe probably like the day before it's gonna hit, that street is significantly colder, and there's rumors that it is the spirits of everyone lost at sea coming to land to seek refuge from this storm.
Wow.
And they all go on this one street. So, take it for what you will.
Is that where the cluster of trees are, like right behind Shoreway?
Oh, no. This is right by old St. Augustine store. That little street there.
I said, like I knew where it was. I have no clue.
It's in the back, down, it's pretty much down the street. It's like Lugwood Street. And that's the street they'll say they feel that in on Pirates Alley. That they all just kind of clamor in that one street to seek refuge. And it's significantly colder the day before the storm.
I've mentioned before that my wife can feel like spirits and different things like that. And before we knew what Pirate Alley was, we were in the city, in the French Quarter. We were walking around, and she walks down here, and she's like, ugh, this is like creepy in this spot. And I didn't know until weeks later, watching an interview on YouTube, that we were in Pirates Alley, and she noticed it right away.
I love Pirates Alley. It's one of the best streets to really go to.
It's good for pictures. That's why we were walking around there trying to take some pictures, and she felt it immediately.
Mm-hmm. William Faulkner, CEO of Books. You might have heard of him. His ghost.
Nope.
You've never, of course. God, Kyle, read the room. So, he wrote books. Books are things you read.
That's what you put your coffee on.
And yep, you could do that too. Top to bottom, left to right. Put words together in a sentence. But he wrote one of his first novels in the blue building. It's a bookstore now. It's Faulkner's Book House. And he wrote his first novel there while he was furloughed. Not furloughed, he was a fucking writer. So he was just sitting on his ass and writing. Take it from me, I'm a writer. So
explains a lot.
And his ghost is still there. William Faulkner. Like,
what's the activity? Like they just see him sitting there? Or?
He's known for smoking out of his pipe.
Oh, and smell it.
Smell it, and it's on the porch. It's just right on, not the porch, the balcony. So he's usually, when you smell or you see smoke coming from one of the rooms or you smell the pipe, that's what he's really known for. He'll walk around the bookstore too. But then, the figure goes, he disappears, nobody sees him. It's pretty cool. It's a famous historical figure. It's like Jean Lafitte. Jean Lafitte should be known more worldwide.
Yeah.
He should be like Blackbeard. When you talk about Blackbeard, Jack Sparrow, any pirate, Jean Lafitte should come to people's minds.
Why was he not known? Because he fought in a world-changing war and won.
Right. And I don't want to seem... It was a lot of American propaganda. And I don't want to seem... I love this country. It's the best country in the world, USA. But it's also a place that tried to kill my culture. There's
why? There's just a lot of corrupt individuals that get in.
Exactly. It's a lot of corrupt individuals that get into certain aspects of the political system at the time. It's not all,
Well, wasn't it Benjamin Franklin that had said... the blood of patriots have to be washed.
With beer? I don't know.
Yeah, with beer. He was a killer, right?
Ben Franklin? They were all killers,
they
bro.
found bodies under his house.
Oh, like a serial killer.
Yeah, like multiple. Yeah,
they all killed people back then, but a serial murderer.
Yeah, if you Google that, I've heard about that, and I was freaked out, so I had to look that up. They found multiple bodies buried under his basement.
Damn, that's fucking John Wayne Gacy type shit.
Yeah. I don't like that guy.
That's the Laurie Mansion type stuff.
In New Orleans, there's the, what is that, Death Museum?
Museum of Death?
Dude, I saw a painting that he painted, the actual painting. And I'm standing in front of it, and I'm reading what it is. I'm like, yo, I don't want to look at this shit. This dude was raping young boys and burying them under... But that's some sick
That
is
shit.
A crazy place. You better eat lunch before you go there, because you ain't eating after.
Yeah.
The death. You've been there?
I've been to the one in Los Angeles, and they're owned by brothers.
Oh, okay. Same guys own the one in the city?
Same guys own the one in the city, and
because there's
sometimes they change exhibits. They exchange exhibits, so it'll fluctuate.
Because they had some Charlie Manson stuff and all in there too.
So that's the one I saw. It must have been switched.
Some more artwork that he did, and so like really creepy pictures of like everyday life at their little place that they were at.
Dude, it's nuts.
California.
That whole story is nuts. I mean, those big stories like Charles Manson and all this kind of stuff, it gained so much notoriety and stuff. I mean, that's in the rest of the country, but here, I mean, we got fucking crazy ass people like Clementine Barnabas. She was a serial killer. I'll go more into her in another episode. That takes an episode all of its own. But
from
she
Louisiana?
Yeah, she was from Lafayette. She was a former slave. She was a child of former slaves. And she was in this cult around St. Charles area. They had a church in St. Charles. And she fell into this cult and started her own thing. Shit's wild. I'm going to go into it in another episode. But Derek Todd Lee, Baton Rouge. He was a serial killer in like 2006, I think.
Yeah, I heard about him.
Man,
that was recent.
That was scary.
And he killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. That didn't gain
Was
a
it
lot of notoriety.
over 12 people?
I think maybe it could be between 9 and 12. I don't know exactly how many.
And then
killed.
that's just what they caught him, because he's not admitting to everything he did.
Right, he's in Angola right now, I think.
That's
If he
crazy.
ain't
We need
dead.
to get him on the podcast.
we gotta go.
Talk to him.
We gotta go to Angola to do
What
that.
kind of demons did you deal with,
You
man?
could take the helms of that show. I'll stay here away from Angola.
Well, if you dig into my history long enough, you know I've been to jail once or twice, boy.
We'll go back now.
You know what's super cool I have in my collection? I used to know a cop that was a cop in the city, and he's like, hey, he was one of the craziest people I've ever met. He's like, dude, I know you like to collect all kinds of weird shit. I'm gonna bring you something. So like one day he showed up, he had a Ziploc bag full of shanks.
Oh wow!
It's actual prison shanks from the New Orleans prison. And I have them in a bag in my house. I've actually stuck myself in the hand with one of them and I was bleeding. That was a bad idea.
I think what you're trying to say is it's a shiv, because a shank is the act of doing it, and the shiv is the actual.
He's so brilliant. But I have a collection of those. I do not want to keep that. I have to find a place to put that. You think the Death Museum would
Probably.
take that? I didn't see any shanks. I bet you if I bring them and you know what the weirdest thing? You know when they picked up all those shanks? Thanksgiving morning.
Oh wow!
Unsuspecting. Thinking you having turkey? Nope.
No shivs.
Come and get your shivs, because you ain't shanking nobody.
There you go.
But that is one of the weirdest things I have in my collection, and I do not want to keep that anymore. So I gotta find a place to put that. I gotta donate that. That'll be the next thing that Rattlesnake Dre donates.
Shit, yeah, man. That'd be tight. And we can't donate anything we ever find. We found a bag full of teeth in the back of the. I shit you not.
What?
Yeah, it was a bag of teeth.
You can't say that nonchalantly.
I mean, what the fuck? There's nothing else. You just find a bag of teeth.
You need to finish the story.
We're just walking in the back. It's so
Back of what?
where I live, it was in La Rose, and in the bag they got this forest and stuff. There's a Ziploc bag, just a bag full of teeth. Didn't fucking tell nobody. We didn't. It was me and my friend Clint.
Oh God, the Schnick Schneider. I'm not supposed to give last names. Clint Schnick Schneider. Dude, that's wild. A bag of teeth.
Ziploc bag.
I hope to God that that's like a mother had their kids' teeth, and it's not like
I think it was. I hope it
collected
was.
teeth.
You just kind of left it.
All my victims.
We could probably go back. It's still there, maybe.
Oh, you just left it? You're like, oh, cool,
What
bag
the-
of teeth.
What you want me to do?
You keep that.
No way. That's disgusting.
I dug up a human tooth one time, metal detecting, and I quickly buried it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on a battlefield, so I was like, nope,
That's
that's gonna stay here.
it's tied to something.
Sorry, baby Jesus, let me go home.
So it would register on the meter.
No, there was so much shrapnel from the battle, because I'd found 200 something bullets on that field, and I was just digging a hole that had scrap metal from the war or from
Where was this?
This was right by Lafourche Crossing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
They had like a couple hundred people die on that field.
Mm-hmm.
So every time you pass under that railroad, just think about that.
That's something you don't really see in a lot of places in the United States where they had these big, civil war. Well, with the exception of like, where the actual big battles were fought, like Gettysburg and stuff. You wouldn't think you'd have that in Louisiana.
Nope, there's one little simple sign you pass. It's on the bayou side, and I mean, you're passing so quick you don't read it, but a lot of people lost their lives, and what people don't really understand is a lot of that was hand-to-hand combat, because they fired each one or two times, and then they charged each other with bayonets, and they were carrying hatchets, and that was like hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. Like, what do you do if you're in your hometown and people start invading your town, and you have to go? Who would be the first one to sign up for that? You know? So it's creepy. That's one of the creepiest places I've ever been. If you stay there past dark, I don't care who you are, no matter what you believe, it's severely scary.
Yeah, there's a lot. Obviously, I'd be, kind of scared, and the ghost aspect is scary. But I find the human element to any situation you in is even scarier.
And at that place, I don't even know if it's a ghost. It's just like an all-around energy. It's more like a huge just ball of negativity or fear that stayed there after that battle. Like it's more than just a single ghost.
Right.
You know, it's like severe. I went out there with one other guy, and his girlfriend and my wife were staying in the truck, and we were trying to metal detect till dark, and right when it got dark, like instantly got creepy. And I was like looking for him to see if he was ready to go back, and he was already making his way back. He's like, dude, let's get the hell out of here. And I was like, what, did you hear something? Did you see something? He's like, nope, I just felt bad. And it's the same thing I felt, was like a collective of 100 people telling me to get the hell out of their house.
Dude, that's scary. You really feel that energy. You feel that, you know.
And it wasn't a single thing. It was just like a mass, like it was a mass of people that were...
Yeah.
Like it was there. I don't know if they were just, that's where their energy stays or whatever, but I definitely didn't feel welcome.
Something so horrifying like that really happened to these people that, you know, they died with something horrible happening, so their spirits stay.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys are like 15 years old.
Yeah, real young.
You know, they didn't even get to experience life. They didn't even know what the, you know, what the warmth of a woman was, or, you know, probably didn't even drink their first beer, and they lost their lives to a cause that they actually probably didn't really understand.
Exactly. Still, some people still don't understand.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they at the time didn't even really know what they were getting themselves into.
Because that 15-year-old kid didn't know what he was fighting for. He just knew he was signing up for war because his uncle or his dad or
told him to. Yeah. And what's the worst, if they didn't, the Confederacy would kill them and their whole families. Like the Kramer family out there in Kramer, the whole family got massacred because they didn't want to fight, because they didn't own slaves and didn't do any of that, so they felt not the need, and now their family just got wiped out, all buried in a mass grave in Kramer. You know?
And there's that crazy story about the it was the Confederates that broke into a bar room, stole all the beer in Thibodeau, right here in Thibodeau, and they were hung over the night before the battle. So that's why they got basically destroyed, because the Union soldiers had sent a spy and kind of spied on them, saw that they were drinking late into the night, so they said, we're going to attack them at dawn.
Yep. Speaking of something horrendous, that's going to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But be sure to go check out Louisiana Dread Patreon and GoFundMe. Go give us a holler there on Instagram. We can be doing a live stream. Try to do it on Sundays in the morning. If you got some questions, go to louisianadread.com, submit them. But go subscribe to the Patreon and GoFundMe. Even if it's a little bit of donation, $5 goes a long way to helping our production.
And also go follow Rattlesnake Dre. I still have Instagram, I still have TikTok, and I have my YouTube. If you just Google hashtag Rattlesnake Dre, all those different platforms will come up. I will be making me a new Facebook within 20 days because my Facebook's going to get deleted in 20 days. If I can't get it back, I'll be making me a new one. So please tell everybody, please subscribe to my channel, like it. I'll put up a bunch of new videos and some really interesting stuff. So
yeah, go check him out. Also, within the next 2 months or so, we're gonna be teaming up and we're gonna go check out Grand Isle. We're gonna give you a little bit of history. We're gonna show you what Dre had found a while back on the island. Crazy stuff. But go check out Louisiana Dread YouTube, Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff.
All right, guys, stay scared.
I love you.
Bye.
And now a clip from Louisiana Dread.
Louisiana's Cajun Navy is a volunteer rescue group of private boat owners with one goal in mind: to save lives. They were formed in the areas outside of New Orleans during the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, when the floodwaters were stranding people on their roofs and people were dying with no help in sight, so the community took action. The Cajun Navy have saved thousands of lives and even helped to rebuild after the storm. They've since evolved to assist in all kinds of maritime disasters and missing person reports. Once activated, the Cajun Navy has a large variety of boats to use in their arsenal. From flat-bottom boats to bass boats, even kayaks have been seen going down the highway heading towards the destruction. They've gone to other states to help out in Hurricanes Harvey, Michael, Laura, and all kinds of other disasters. One thing's for certain: As long as high water threaten the people of Louisiana and the Gulf Coast, the Cajun Navy will always be there to help them out.
Thank you for listening to Ghosts of the Coast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And go check out Louisiana Dread and subscribe to their Patreon. Ghosts of the Coast, a DSR production.